Yo, what's up? This your boy Z Energy Guy. We have a good show for you tonight. It's the connection of the spirit and Galactic talk, and I have featuring Vacant. What's up,
What's good,
God?
family? What's poppin', family? I'm just chilling.
Chill mode, man. Had to make sure I
hmm
had got that. Had to make sure I got my headphones straight for the night, man. I know this going down.
It's going down tonight. Definitely.
Definitely, dog. Yeah, man.
hmm
Let's get into it, man. About some of the information that you got tagged to some of the information about the Galactic ancestors and how it's attached to your DNA.
Definitely. Um. So as far as the galactic stuff, this is something that it's very hard for me to speak about, only
Mm-hmm.
because some people aren't really ready to hear this type of information. So it's
Yeah.
definitely hard, but I'm pushing past that ego mindset that's kind of stopping me from talking about it. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
connecting more with my spiritual side to let more of this stuff out. So, as far as like my galactic family or my galactic background, I always tell people I am a mixture of a lot of stuff. I am
Yeah.
a hybrid entity. Humans themselves, like I
Yes.
said in our last live, are hybrids. But
Yes, we are.
you
Mm-hmm.
know, I'm a mixture between a bunch of different star races, which would be Orion, beings from Orion, some beings from Arcturus, some beings from Sirius, as well as some beings from it's another one. It's another one that I cannot it's not popping up in my head right now.
It's
And I
okay,
hate when
family.
that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate when that happens. Sometimes
So
it won't pop up in my head.
yeah. So
But
the information I had got, man, is like the DNA consists of a lot of extraterritorial DNA that was programmed in us. So if you go back to some of the stitching books and some of the books about the Anunnaki, how the DNA was gene spliced, and it was gene spliced with different civilization galactic beings that was attached to our DNA. I think they really was trying to enhance our DNA to the most powerful. They was doing something to genetically engineer us for something that was big, that was taking place probably in the future or something like
right.
that. That's what I was getting out of that. A lot of that reading I was getting out of it. You know what I mean? I
Mhm.
don't just think we have the God DNA that's within us, and it's amazing how that our DNA have so much information that's backlogging some of the genetics engineering. Go ahead, man.
Um, yeah, there's a lot of manipulation that happened, and there was a lot of beings that were doing certain things to our DNA. They were actually breaking off,
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Go ahead,
and
man.
they would add in basically a lot of different genes. Some it was just a lot of manipulation stuff that they was doing to us. It was basically experimenting on us, but they were also lying to us, basically trying to mask themselves as gods, trying to get us to worship them, see them as some sort of savior, when in reality they wanted us to be slaves, a lot of these beings. But there was certain beings that did have good agendas as far as for us. They would teach us certain things, which is where we get a lot of our spiritual knowledge from today. Some of
Yeah.
these beings who came down and taught us, but there was a lot of beings who wanted to manipulate our DNA and basically do a lot of negative things to us.
Yeah, I think they were structurally trying to use us and tampering in the genetics of the God DNA, because the alchemy that's linked to all the magic and all the alien different extraterritorial beings was trying to build the most powerful race of to kind of like so called to take over the whole uh, uh, dimensions that was within that one. So they tried to make their civilization more powerful than the rest of them. So they was
Right.
actually just building and building and building and reconstructing different DNAs to to make the evolution process much stronger for their kind. So they also was trying to save their kind as well, just like the Greys and the other different civilizations and stuff.
That's right. And I always tell people don't get it confused. The beings and some people may have different beliefs, but I'm going by like facts. You feel me? when I'm
Mhm.
speak, I'll tell people the difference between when I'm stating facts and when I'm stating something that I just believe personally. But this is a fact. Humans actually, and they show you this in the ancient text, humans don't come, a lot of people think we come from the Anunnaki, and I try to tell people no. The Anunnaki were the ones that experimented on us and actually upgraded us
Yeah,
and made us what we are today.
yeah,
But we were already, humans were dropped off on this planet. And that's why the Anunnaki felt the need to experiment with us in the first place, because they seen that we didn't really know who we were. We didn't know where we came from. We were dropped off here. They seen that, hey, these beings are here. Hey, what? Why not just basically take control of them because they're more advanced than us? So there's a
I
lot
found
of
a
different
lot.
stuff that was going on. Would
Yeah,
you say, God?
I found a lot of information what you were saying about the dropped off. I heard
Mm-hmm.
different similar stories, and I also there was different stories such as that we was already a different type of race of being before we even got here. So we got to take into perspective about the birth charts that's aligned with your birthday because these are different constellations that's tied to your blood. So if you were born like in June, that'll be the month the June portal opens up for the Gemini constellation system to make a void to the woman's womb to come forth out of the woman's uterus, which is the womb of life. It was like the gate, the portal to open to different dimensions around this whole galaxy. So different galaxies was lined up to come to Earth. So mostly of the time the different galactic beings come to experience the human evolution, the growth,
Yeah,
the suspense in between, and the emotion that's come from here. But uh, they did not know they was going to be a part of experiment. So when they came here, they got locked into these human forms, which is they call the technology body part. That this body was created from different civilizations, or I'm gonna just say maybe the Anunnaki. You know what I'm saying? That built the human the human skin and tissue and all that right there. But our genetics is actually evolved like as we sit here on this planet throughout this frequency is actually evolving to something much more powerful.
that's right. And it actually gets very interesting because some of us are not even from this universe. And that's what I be trying to tell people. Like, there's certain people here on this planet, such as myself, like a lot of us are not even from this timeline. We're from different timelines that are like, or spots that are far from Earth. I'm talking light years away, and we just come here. And I kind of look at our zodiac signs as like, maybe that's the sign that we traveled through or we came from right before we came here on this planet. And what you said, as far as beings coming here to kind of just gain that human experience, kind of to feel emotions, to go through this human experience. That's basically what I believe I came here for. I believe I came here to experience that, but also, leave my message, leave a message, bring my world that I came from to this world. So kind of like merging the two.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely, man. But the avatar yeah, I think it was created for the human experience to enjoy this ride that we in. But there was more beings that came here just than just different constellation systems. These angelic beings are here in the form. We have God beings that's here in the form as well. So
That's right.
this whole universe and how it's structured was I'm gonna say the family war.
Yeah.
It's the family war that been going on for like decades
Yeah.
or centuries of stuff. Because the Anunnaki have their own war with their own self, with their own family members as well, with the Inky and Enlil. But
Right.
different civilizations such as the reptilian race that was conquer and divide, and you have different civilizations was also in this whole big punch bowl that we call the galactic star battle beyond the minds.
That's right. And there has been a lot of wars going on, and I feel like, as far as, here's the sad part, right? As far as all these like galactic wars that have happened, it all has like a specific one reason. Like, for example, right? And to us, we're looking at, okay, the reptilians, the Greys, they're negative. Because with a lot of stuff that they do, it is very negative. But
Mhm.
when you really get to a deeper understanding of them and who they are, you start to understand these are beings who got so much like bad karma that they're trying
Mm.
to save their race. And what happened to them is what could happen to us if we don't basically wake up to what's going on. Because this is, like I said, Earth is a school. This is part of the ascension process. So if we continue to let people destroy our planet, if we continue to destroy our planet, that's bad karma, bro. And what's going to happen is it's going to get to a point to where Mother Earth has to ascend, like I said. And we're either going to ascend with her or we're going to have to be taken out. Just like the Greys and the reptilians, because they got so much bad karma that they can't reproduce. So this is
Mhm.
why they abduct humans. They impregnate, when in the Bible or just like in ancient texts, when they say these beings came down here and they would impregnate women, part of the reason why they would do that is because their species is dying out.
Mm. Facts, bro. Facts, bro. And another thing I like to talk about is how the woman is more like the first being to actually been developed before the male process even began, because the woman is actually the most powerful one that actually can hold all these frequencies and then some. The
That's
male
right.
came along as the counterpart to help to evolve with the woman, because the woman conscious was actually lonely at the time. So they made the male counterpart to stabilize the woman genetics and the engineering and the emotional thread point with the woman communication towards a man. So that's where you get these different relationships that we have with women, and you wonder why these emotions are always off, on and off, on and off, on and off.
Mm-hmm.
And if a man is not balanced within himself, he becomes feeling the woman, the feminine DNA or the feminine frequency, and you'll see the patterns of the man becoming a woman. We see
That's
it
right.
now in society. Like
Right.
they can't make up their mind or whatever. I'm not talking about the ones that has been abused. We talk about the ones that can't make up their mind because of the way the energies they receive and they program it into your head. They can't handle that energy, so they lose out on their masculine. They lose out
That's
on the
right.
energy within the man. That's why they try to downgrade the man to be less of a person. But they also too that the woman is more like like I was saying, the gatekeeper, the opener, the one who's been here before us. The woman is more, have a higher evolution than man. Because a lot of men don't notice. But if you could see it, and how a lot of babies being born right now are girls, are girls that's actually coming in. There's more girls coming in than men. So that tells you something, what you just said about if we don't get it together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's showing much light on the girls coming in, but a lot of men need to strongly attain they social and they masculine energy, and know how to try to handle both the masculine and feminine, and try to balance both of them, because it's totally unstable. It's an attack on the man right now.
That's right. And that's why, like, you know, I kind of, I'm gonna touch on this too because it was something that you mentioned earlier, like about like certain like gods or like deities
Oh yeah,
reincarnate in certain people,
yeah. I'm gonna
and
bring that up. I definitely want to
yeah,
bring that up.
yo, that's why like I was saying, like as far as what you saying to touch on it, I believe both men and women are supposed to have a perfect balance between the energies, masculine and feminine. As soon as you lose that balance, that's when you start kind of losing yourself because you're made
Mhm.
up of both of those energies, just like you're made up of all of the elements. If you don't
Okay.
have these things aligned, if you don't have your chakras aligned, if you don't have these energies aligned, you're going to start experiencing things in your life that people consider, and this is not to disrespect the mental health community because I'm big on mental health, but certain mental health disorders develop from a balance disturbance, when there's no
Mhm.
balance, when something is off. And so that's when you get a lot of these, people just doing crazy acts and stuff that is just low vibrational, is when they're just not balanced. You have to have
Yeah.
that balance between both energies. I mean, if you have too much of any energy, it's bad. I always, even with men, if you have too much feminine energy, that's bad. If you have too much masculine energy, that's bad. You have to have a balance between both so you can really understand people.
hmm So when you explain, when I want to explain about the energies, right? What I brought up was the constellations, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like I was saying earlier about the woman, the womb, the portal is through the woman, and by the woman is different gateways are open within those months. Okay, and different star systems become open into the woman as well. The woman is like the portal, the gateway, and the opener. Just like uh what is that star? I'm trying to think of the movie, the star, the gateway. I'm trying to think of that name, the movie where the portals be open back and forth. It's on the tip of my tongue, but they have the gate and they can go through different gates. And you know what I'm saying? The Stargate, yeah, Stargate. Okay, the Stargate was basically showing us a pattern. Okay, these
Mm-hmm.
Stargates are very real. The Stargates exist in women as well, and Stargates exist above the ground. But the stargates that's within the woman is actually the divine energy that they receive from the Most High. So the Most High gives them the acknowledgement to bring in the new energy to enhance the male cerebral energy within the woman. So we have these different constellations like the Aries constellation, Taurus constellation, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, and so on. These are all different constellations. So these constellations become open to the woman. And once they come open to the woman, they can come here and experience that enjoyment as well. The emotional and the substantial part of them becoming the knowing these how the emotions act upon a human conscious or the subconscious, so to speak.
That's right. Women are the women are the portal between the spiritual and the physical realm.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a point on that because a lot of people don't understand how powerful a woman is. A woman has so much like within them, within they self. It's amazing because they
Nice.
have they have so much uh they have so much goddess power within them. And a lot of men kind of like mistreat these women and don't know that the woman before you have a higher rank than the male. They very higher
Right.
rank than the male. So for a person to put their hands on the goddess and dismiss them as like a lower class being and stuff like that, they in for a rude waking of a karma effect on their
Yeah.
life until they get it right.
Yeah. And that's just any type of behavior like that is just disgusting to me. And it's like, man, like people don't understand. This is why I tell people like to express, don't disrespect the feminine side of your energy because first of all, females was here first. Females ruled majority of the world in the ancient past. Like Egypt was actually ruled by
Exactly.
females. Most people
Yeah.
don't know that most people think Egypt was ruled by men. No, it was ruled by
Mhm.
females, majority of it.
Exactly. And the
And that's
thing
why
about that,
what is he gonna
right?
say?
Go ahead, God. Go ahead, preach that
No,
stuff, man.
I was gonna, I was just
I
gonna
know.
say, and that's why, like, I'm telling people, like, yo, stop, like, disrespecting the feminine energy. Stop disrespect, because all that shit came first. When you think about it, the feminine energy is also your spiritual side. So the intuition, the intuitive side of you, and all of anybody who basically, if you're a spiritual person in general, you know that
Mm-hmm.
the universe comes first, or the spirit, then the
Yeah.
physical. You feel me? The spirit manifests the physical. So that right there should tell you that, you feel me, the woman comes first. I mean, the universe itself is filled with electrons.
Mm-hmm.
Electrons is feminine energy, that negative charge. It's not really negative, it's just feminine energy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got to get it right, man. That's why I was going through a lot of different research about the woman, how their energy is very different from a man. That's why the emotions that they receive is all it's on a different type of subconscious level. So
That's
I
right.
just believe that their conscious level is much more more powerful and more on another standard point than a male, because when we come out we tend to learn a little bit slower. And you wonder why the girl always excel like shoo, and they
That's a
learn, they pick
fact.
up fast, they go to the
That's a
bathroom
fact.
like real fast, like learning how to do stuff faster than the male, because the male is like, we still learning. We still like we new to it, like we just like that new kid on the block that's totally seeking the information. But these
That's right.
females have a more, they subconscious is like entwined with the universe. Sophia. Sophia is the universe.
And that's
And
why
the
they're
energy.
connected more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's why
Go
that's
ahead.
why they're connected more to like their intuition, because it's the emotions, bro. Like you
Mm-hmm.
connect. Like I know a lot of people be like, "Oh, like don't bring your emotions into like the spirituality," but that's how you can tell if you're having
Mm-hmm.
a genuine experience. If
Yeah.
you're coming in contact with a certain being, or let's say a certain being comes to your head, or it don't even have to be like some mystical being. Let's say a person that died, they come to your head, and it don't got to be somebody you know. You start crying, or you're starting to go through certain emotional patterns, right? That is basically your intuition. That's letting you know. That's confirmation. When you start to actually feel shit, that's letting you know that it's a genuine experience. Versus if you just don't feel nothing, you're just eh, I'm numb. It's not good to be numb. It's good to be connected to your emotions. It's good to let your emotions flow. Not staying in emotions. I'm not saying sit in an emotion. So if you feel sadness, don't try to sit in it. But it's good to sit with it and explore the sides of your shadow self to then transmute that energy into something more positive.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. I want to bring up another chart that's dealing with the elements, your cosmic strength. Okay. The elements that the most common in astrology reveals the powerful parts of your personality, right? We learn all about these personal things, like such as the fire element, the earth element, the air and the water, and these all like elements that's attached to your zodiac signs, and your zodiac signs is attached to those. And you have cosmic planets that's attached to those as well. All right, because we learned if anybody was born in these different months, such as the Gemini month, which is the Gemini, we is known to have the air element. We is known to have more sharp, friendly, and our communicational skills are much more superior, because it comes with that the knowledge of that month. But we have cosmic planets that's also lined with these zodiac charts, and we have with these zodiac charts we have different strength, and we have different DNAs that's attached with different deities or gods, so to speak. And these different gods been linked to the textbook of the so-called Egyptian texts, the textbook of the Egyptian knowledge, the book of Mot and all the book of Kemet and all that. That tells about these different Egyptian different deities, right? That was worshipped within different uh, constellations and solar systems. They had a lot of advanced different information within them, and these different deities can be called upon to help for like knowledge and acquirement. But see, a lot of people don't know that, because
Right.
these different DNAs, these different deities are actually attached to your DNA. And some of these DNAs already openly tune in to these deities. So they come into your dreams. So when they come into your dreams, they come as different animals that's linked to them, like different, like Isis. She linked to the cat people, right? And the cat people is known as the Lemuria, right? And so the Lemuria is known as the ancient technology, the ancient knowledge of their knowledge is to bring forth and help different people ascend the correct way if called upon. uh Different deities is structured to help you if you want the help. You know what I mean?
That's right. That is 1,000% facts, and that's why I wanted to, get into the connection between people and deities,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of people don't understand, right? Okay, on a universal level, you are everything and everything is you. So on a universal level, if we're talking universal, right? If I was to take away a bit of, I don't want to say ego, but in a way it would be called ego. If I take away the ego part, on a universal level, we're all every deity, and we are all every spiritual being, and the past and the present and the future is all going on at once, and we are all connected. We are all experiencing many lifetimes at once. We are all experiencing a lifetime as Cleopatra. We are all experiencing a lifetime as Asar or Osiris. We are all experiencing a lifetime as a Set or Isis. But you have certain deities though that do have more of a connection with certain people, and I know this for a fact. And it doesn't even necessarily always have to be a deity. Like, one being or entity that I'm very connected to, that I believe I am an incarnation of, is Baphomet.
Mm-hmm.
And most people, he's Baphomet is not necessarily a deity. He's more of
Mm-hmm.
just an energy, like,
Energy.
or a symbol. But y'all
Mm-hmm.
gotta understand. Oh wow, it's 11:11 as I'm saying this. Y'all gotta understand, as far as these deities or like certain energies, when you, it's just like hell, right? Hell doesn't exist, but since so many people put so much energy into that shit and believing that there's a place called hell, they manifested it.
Yeah, they
So
created it. Mm-hmm.
exactly. So through all the years of, people working with the energy of Baphomet, I mean, we have the Knights Templar, and then we have many occultists just working with Baphomet. They've manifested that energy into actually having power of its own, to where it's very similar to a deity, but it's not necessarily a deity. But I
Yeah.
believe that I am an incarnation of Baphomet, because throughout my life, I've seen the connection. I mean, if you're a Baphomet, mostly connects to people who are outcast, people
Mm-hmm.
who are misfits, people who don't fit in. And the reason why I believe he does that, and I don't even like to call it a he, we call it a it, because he's a mixture between the masculine and the feminine, androgynous. But the reason why it does that is because I'm losing my train of thought. It is late, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. I'm trying to get
It's
back to
okay, man.
the topic.
That's okay. It's okay. It'll come to you, God. Yeah,
But
it's okay, man. But the acknowledgement that comes from these different deities is actually entwined to the human beings, because we are also connected to certain ones because of these planetary shift and these planetary soul children that came here from different constellation systems, and different
right,
constellation systems are attached to these different deities as well. Definitely, man. But there's so much knowledge to be learned. Just like a lot one must learn and one must can't learn. One must cannot learn to learn from somebody from mistakes. We all learning. I mean, I'm learning stuff from you. I'm learning stuff from books. I'm learning stuff from different podcast people. I'm still learning because this is an evolution of learning, and
that's
learning
right.
don't never stops. It just like Thoth said, and my boy Zero, he teaches this because he said Thoth, he speaks to Thoth. So he's a high rank, he have 18 years into this, you know what I mean? So he
Mm-hmm.
speaks on this, man. He said Thoth told him when he was on the astral realm, And he said
Mm.
Thoth told him, we always still learning. He said Thoth told him, he's still learning as well. You know what I'm saying? So he go to Thoth for different things, and Thoth would, bring it back forth the information. And he kind of like analyze it and research and break it down because Thoth was telling him, look, we always learning. We always
That's right.
learning because the universe that we in is growing. I don't know they say this universal 8 or universe 18, but I'm gonna do my uh I'm gonna do some more deep diving into that, find out what universe this is because this the world that we in right now is more like the evolution of growing right now because we all going through the school phase right now. Like I was telling
Hmm.
him on the podcast, I said, man, I'm on level 3 right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to learn. You know what I mean? Because there's so much to learn.
That's
Just like
right.
just like candles have a whole different meaning behind candles. Because you gotta learn,
Right.
if you learn the candle magic, you gotta learn everything about the colors and different fire techniques, everything. That's dealing with alchemy. That's part of your God DNA, your godhood. You know what I mean? And you gotta learn about fire that comes along with it. Just like water have its own alchemy and earth have its own alchemy. You know what I'm saying? Everything has alchemy. Air has alchemy. These are different levels, mid-level alchemy. You know what I mean? Metal has an alchemy. Metal has alchemy. Gold has another alchemy that the gods love. See, because the gold is the natural resource to keep their youth looking so bright. It's almost like it's the gold is something like on a higher frequency. The gold keeps them pure. That's why they love it so much. You know what I'm saying? That's why they came
Right.
here to Earth. So they came here to Earth to look for more gold because that gold is it's more like priceless. You know what I'm saying? And it's another thing that I found out too, but about us as well. The human avatar actually can create gold. The melanated people can create gold just by you walking on the
Wow.
ground. We are creating gold vibration to create gold specks into the water and other parts and minerals that goes into the earth.
That's
And you
right.
know what I'm saying? I'm still learning. Like, you feel me?
I mean, you just taught me that, and to add on to what your friend said about connecting with
Oh,
both. How,
yeah.
yeah, you know,
It's
it's so weird that you just mentioned that, like what he said, because Baphomet told me something very similar, but he told me it was like your phone, like we don't come, like us deities don't come to y'all just so
mhm,
y'all can like get knowledge from us. We go to y'all because we're trying to learn stuff from y'all. And it was
mhm,
just like when you just said that, I connected the dots, and I'm like, yo, that's literally like we just heard the same thing, but in a different way, because that's literally what they do. Some of them come to us to actually learn stuff, but we're, since on a physical level, humans, we doubt ourselves so much that we kind of look at it as, I'm gonna go to this being for some help or for some information, but you may not even know that the deeper universal reason of why you even went to that being
mhm,
was because you were supposed to teach that being something. It wasn't just supposed
mhm.
to be that being teaching you something
That's word. That's cool,
to
man.
help them on
Love
the evolution process.
it. Yeah, man. If you wonder why people are attracted to like certain animals, right? You see, certain animals come with spiritual coded messages. All right, and there are different shapeshifter deities that's actually these animals as well. So when you receive them in a dream or a physical state, that means you are blessed with a message that's right in front of you. Now, the
So,
message is more like you have to do your research. You have to look into the message. You have to break it down from the format. Like, why? Why me? Why I'm getting this message right now? Something you're missing, something you're not doing, something you're not really clicking right, or the subconscious not clicking on the same tier as these messages that you receive. Because you're in the altered state. And the altered state is very deep. You know what I mean? But like the different deities that came before me. I had Anubis came to me. You know what I mean? I had several different beings came to me that I'm still trying to learn them. I had dragons come to me. I had
yeah,
wolves came to me. You feel me? And these are different deities. That's how I know that I'm a rare, and I'm more like I know that I'm a rare person. You feel me? Deep inside, I
Mhm.
know I'm connected to something much more beautiful in the cosmic. You know what I mean? We all have the cosmic dust. We all have the cosmic energy. Just like you, I know that you are higher, in your higher state of acknowledgement of, you know what I'm saying, your evolution. And
Most
your
definitely.
evolution is determined on your spiritual factor. Your spiritual factor is opening to receive messages and get some of that information from your galactic family, so you can bring forth the message to the people so they can understand it as well. And that's why we still learning. You know what I'm saying? We constantly learning. The universe is one
Right.
big structured program that's built constantly. Just like when you sleep, there are many more universes being created. So when you're waking up, there's more many universes being created. So we on a lower, different level of density. So once we
That's right.
rise above this evolution, everything's finna come to the knowing, to the seeing eye. You gonna know who you truly are. We all gonna know who we truly are. Cause once these DNA get activated with the sun, oh man, it's
So
gonna be so beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful.
right. That's right. And to even when it comes to like asking, okay, why is this certain experience happening to me? Sometimes that answer is going to be something that seems far. And when I say seems far, it's going to seem crazy. It's going to seem crazy. And that's what I go through now. You feel me? I'm just trying to like get comfortable with, okay,
One thing you
explaining
got,
my.
yeah,
Would you
one
say,
thing you
God?
gotta learn. One thing you gotta learn. Nothing's crazy in this universe. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
Nothing, bro.
That's
I
a
promise
fact,
you.
man.
Yeah.
That
Mhm.
that's what I'm trying to learn, but it's certain information that you gotta kind of, I guess I want to say, water down for certain individuals so they don't, because I've went through like I've went through it, like with the whole people calling you crazy, even certain spiritual people, believe it or not. Oh, you're
Mhm.
crazy, like you're this, and I'm like, so you must not be as in tuned as you say you are, because if you was really in tuned, you know that there really is no crazy. Because what the hell is crazy? Everything that is not of this realm is going to seem crazy to someone that is stuck in this realm.
Yeah, them
So
words. Yeah. One thing I learned about them words, it's spiritually programmed to design to make we think we crazy, but we're actually not.
right,
So all words are spells. You know what I'm saying? All words are broken down like spells, just like affirmations, just like spells and hexes, the same exact way. This is a form of alchemy as well. You know what I mean? There's different knowledge that's attached to the wisdom. Even Thoth, the creator of knowledge of writing, geometry, mathematics, and different alchemies, he taught so much information down to the Atlanteans. And these Atlanteans learned how to genetically uh, get in touch with the energy that they receive from the core of the solution, which is the your universe. The universe has so much energy to give, but we in acknowledgement of learning. Okay. All right. One thing about these people, they try to downgrade us, and they try to make us believe in something we are not, and we are not that, definitely. But we have to understand that the words, if you attach it to our physical, it's going to lower our vibration. It's going to lower our subconscious level to just be a lower class being. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of like somebody that is not smart, coming into like first grade or pre-K or something like that.
that's
That's
right.
what definitely, bro.
They want us trapped here, and that's the whole thing. The whole thing is a lot of these beings want you trapped here. They don't want you to realize that your lifetimes before this, you are a higher being, or you was at a higher existence. They want you to just think you're a basic
Mhm.
human. You came here. If you start speaking about anything that is not of this dimension or this realm, you're crazy. All that
Yeah.
stuff is just it's I don't know. That stuff just gets me aggravated because it sucks that we're in a society to where if someone has a spiritual experience, they can't
Hmm.
even really come out and openly say that happened without people looking at that person as crazy. It's like, nah, man.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
mean to tell me we all crazy? We're all having these experiences and we're just all out of our mind. Yeah, nah.
Hmm. So you want to get definitely when you when you're sleeping at night, your chakras actually be activated. So the energy within your chakras activated through the subconscious, and your body becomes a drifter. In a natural state of the drifter, we experience different energy fields that the connection between the so-called astral plane and the so-called different creation planes that we created within ourselves. Because the body is the universe. The universe exists inside of the body. So, once we become aware that we fully know who we are, then we can understand much, much more because we got a lot of developing to do as far as our community and our melanated brothers and sisters out there. We have a lot of growing to do. You know what I'm saying? And such as in your youth and your district right now, you making them come alive. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're making them come alive and to gain the understanding of the knowledge, not to fear your shadow, not to fear yourself, not to fear your own alchemy, not to fear the so-called God DNA that exists within you. So we got to
Right.
understand a lot of things. You know what I mean? Definitely, bro.
Yeah, people gotta stop being in fear. That's the first thing, man. That fear thing is that's what's blocking a lot of y'all off from your spiritual side. Because a lot of y'all say, I want to get in contact with my spirit guides. I want to get in contact with my galactic family. But then when they come to y'all, they send y'all a sign, you're scared. That shows them that you're not ready. You cannot be dealing with this type of stuff and having fear in your heart because fear attracts negative spirits. First of all, the negative spirits feed off of any type of fearful or majority of the lower vibrational energies, I mean emotions. So you want
Yeah.
to, when you're contacting these beings, man, you want to move with your heart space. You don't want to move in a state or a vibration of, I'm scared something bad's going to happen to me. Nah,
Hmm.
it's going to
Yeah.
block the messages from coming through.
Yeah. Make sure you keep your body grounded and keeping your body full of like the love energy from the universe because the love energy connects us to the all, you know what I mean? The all source, the all knowing, the author. The
That's right.
author is actually the one that's in position of making a lot of changes too as well. Once we are aware of that, then we can fully create the story for the author, and which is that's Rob. Like it's almost like a book, you, you know what I mean? But I read
Hmm.
a lot of different things that formatted it that way. You know what I mean? But definitely, bro, we got definitely keep waking up the youth and keep doing these messages at least once a week, man. I'm definitely, man, down for it. You know what I mean? So we
Definitely.
can we definitely gonna have you on, man. Definitely, bro. And we got to get this message out here, make it clear for like all the youths and all the generations to understand the God DNA. The God DNA
Oh yeah.
is programmed into you. It's in your DNA. It's encrypted. All you got to do is understanding yourself and unlocking it. You know what I'm saying? That's what the shadow
Right.
work and the research and your blood. Not necessarily the blood, but definitely tied to different astrologies. You know what I'm saying? Because the
Hmm.
blood factor is totally different. We all hybrids now. Definitely.
Oh yeah. Most definitely. I just wanted to make a statement for y'all as far as, because I'm a very knowledgeable person, but never get into a thought. And this is not just with me. Anyone that you're learning from, don't ever tell yourself or start to feel like they know everything. That's not true. I'll sit here and tell y'all I don't know everything. I'm still
Me
learning.
too.
I'm
Yeah.
still learning. So
We
even
all
when
learn.
that's right. So even when he mentions like astrology, I don't know much about astrology. There's still many things I gotta learn. There's many
Mhm.
things I gotta learn about alchemy. There's many
Yeah.
things I gotta learn about elements. All that. I'm only given the information of stuff that I do know. I'm never gonna talk about something that I do not know about. Like, cause I'm
Yeah.
gonna just be. That's not to say I don't know nothing about that topic. I might know something about it, but
Hmm.
if I'm not like deep knowing in something, I'm not gonna try to act like I know. I'm not fake like that.
You
So
know what? You know who made me look into my that like the astrology like that? When I was looking up Dr. Malachi York and I was looking up Jamal Rashad and uh, a lot of different spiritual teachers out there was actually teaching about it. You know what I'm saying? Then you
oh,
have
really?
like the different solar activities that the divine speaks in these tarot readers, and they can actually tell a lot of information through the tarot cards that's linked to the energy of the cosmos. And your cosmic DNA is much more encrypted into like this different um the divine who's doing the tarot reading on you, like what I'm saying, they in tune, so they getting the information that's downloaded to them to give you the information as well, so you can adjust to it and understand yourself. That's why we are all spiritual gifted people. We all have the same insight. We are all psychics. We are all different mediums that's inside. Some of us can read colors. Some of us can read numbers. Some of us can read dreams. That's why it's a lot of that so-called you know information that we have to do within ourselves, because it exists within us. You can't be scared of your own shadow all your life.
Right.
You got to learn how to confront yourself in the mirror. Say, this is who I am. I'm understanding you. So let's get this information out to the people. Let's work on ourselves a little bit more as in loving state and try to understand everything about ourselves. Definitely, bro. I love the show, man. Definitely. Anything you want to say before we close it out, God? Let me know, man. Cause you're
Yeah,
gonna be.
I wanted to quickly say we'll fully reach our abilities and our powers when we understand oneness and we understand that we are all the same person. We are all the universe just experiencing itself from a different perspective. This is what the universe wanted. The universe wanted a different experience. Because, I mean, think about it. If you're just energy all day floating around, you're going to get bored. So you
Yeah.
want to spice it up a bit. So it decided, I'm going to take different forms, basically. It's all a projection. It's all a projection of the universe. Everyone is a projection of yourself. And so when
Mm-hmm.
you really start to like understand oneness, you start to understand we all have this ability. We are all
Mm-hmm.
psychic. Like he was just saying, we are all psychic. We all have this ability. I feel like that's when we'll really activate our power because we really understand in the oneness who we really
Mm-hmm.
are. And that's
Yeah.
really generator, operator, destroyer. God.
Yeah. Definitely, bro.
Facts.
Yeah, before I close it out, man, definitely, man, we are all one. We all connected. All energies are online now. The connection with the solar activity that's taking place is activating a lot of the DNA within yourself, because the molecular DNA is upgrading every time you walk outside, every time you touch the sun on your face. And definitely, man, y'all got to stay grounded. You know what I mean? Stay in a loving vibration. Don't break the negative effect on our people, because you actually are changing the timelines when you being negative. So if you want a
Right.
negative outcome, you're gonna be on a negative timeline with the negative people that chose the negative timeline. So this goes out to all the people that's being negative. If you want the negative timeline, it's gonna be a negative timeline for you, and
That's
that's
right.
destruction. That's destruction,
Facts.
slavery for your mind. So let's be one. Let's open up. Let's show our people that we are aware. We show that we are loving. Show that the evolution is upgrading our DNA. Yo, this your boy Z Energy God, and I got my boy Vacant, man. He definitely bringing that knowledge as well, man. This is tribal country, man, and definitely, man, we're gonna be back with some more shows with a lot of information. Um, that's going to our people and the generation to come. So the generation, y'all need to come on in and try to understand who you truly are. Yo, be loved and one with your ancestors, man. For real, this is the facts, man. We got to do this. Much love,
Peace,
peace.
y'all. Much love.